Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Horns. Guaranteed. And here's what you need to know.
The Milwaukee Brewers beat the Dodgers again 6-2. LA's record since July 1st is 18-21. San Diego pitched a shutout at Cleveland 5-0. The Padres hit 4 solo homers. The Guardians had only 3 hits. A's over Texas 5-2. Seattle won at Houston 3-2. Kansas City shut out the Angels 3-0. Winner Noah Cameron with his first career complete game, a one-hitter. Colorado was a 13-7 winner at San Francisco. Road wins for Philadelphia and the White Sox. Yankees won at Toronto in 10 innings 4-3. Baltimore won at Tampa Bay again 10-2. Former pitcher Tommy John passed away at the age of 83. Scotty Scheffler won the PGA tournament by 8 strokes in Memphis. Viking safety Jamal Adams is out for the year with a knee injury. Veteran linebacker Vaughn Miller is signing with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Steve DeSager.
You know what time it is?
Good morning to all. It's 2 pros and a couple.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, Leander, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. We are 19 days away from the start of the Texas football season, but we had a scrimmage, and did things go as expected? Who stood out? And was the flu bug what is the only thing that stood out? Opportunities were presented for some. We've had NFL preseason action. What have we learned? MLB news, NBA, and so much more to get into. We are 3 hours long now here on the Morning Kickoff. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Eric behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeart Radio app. It's a little microphone on the iHeart Radio app. All you got to do is hold it down. You'll get 30 seconds to leave a message. If it's good enough, you might hear it on air. If it's not, we'll talk about you. But we are going to give you a chance to win things. So get learnt up, as they like to say.
Get
learnt up on all things that are going to be happening on this app. As you know, now we are a 3-hour show. I'm excited about that. Gives us more opportunity to share the knowledge of what we receive from the University of Texas and sports beyond. 19 days away from the activity that has been taking place. And we also got a chance to hear about it because of the fact that they got a chance to play this past weekend. Texas Longhorns had their first scrimmage, actual scrimmage on the 40 acres. And coming out of it, you wanted to hear certain things. Like going into it, you're like, okay, I want to see what this offense is going to look like. I want to see what this offensive line is going to be working with. There's some new guys there. How nasty are they going to be? You want to see what the superstars are going to be doing. But more importantly, you want to make sure that everybody comes out of that thing clean.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody comes out of it
What was
clean.
the thing that you was the most excited about seeing?
Well, you wanted to hear that there was movement on the offensive line. You got a lot of people that have been critical of this offensive line. Now, good offensive line play goes into a lot of different variables. I mean, the offensive line could have been better or looked better if we got the ball out of the quarterback's hands a little bit quicker. Oh, the offensive line could have looked better if we had some guys that could hit the hole and make them miss. There's just so many other things that are happening in those moments that you're like, hey, this is what's going on. So you start to look at it and try to understand and think about what this new moment is going to be like. What was it for you?
Mine was exactly the same. I wanted to hear that the offensive line were able to mirror this Texas defensive line. If you're able to mirror this Texas defensive line, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And that was all I really wanted. I knew that Arch was gonna be Arch. The running back room is pretty damn established hard. They're gonna be all right. The secondary looks tremendous to me. The linebacker core we talked about over the last month, and defensive lines with Hero Canoe and January and all of the
Justice
Terry and all of the rest of the guys that we've looked at as being the guys.
Right.
Everything is on board. Now it's a matter of seeing this offensive line take care of that value, which is behind them.
Well, the one thing that I continue to look at too, and you know this as much as I do, when you have time to move around and do different things in the pocket, you can do different things. When you, on the defensive side, if you're making sure that they don't have that, that is the part that is so critical for your success as a pass rusher, as somebody that's trying to establish themselves. You talk about Justice quite a bit. You want to see this young man. He is somebody that is getting a lot of opportunity right now. He is somebody that's being discussed often. So you start to look and see these opportunities for him and what that means. It's important. It's very important.
The placement is going to be important too. I want to see where they're going to, in what situations Gaffard is going to come in. Like, you know that Hero is not going to leave the field very often.
Right.
Unless it's a long drive situation and he needs to get a blow. But let's see who they pair and in what situations, because football is situational. At the end of the day, if you have the wrong grouping of defenders on the field, you're going to get torched.
Yeah.
So, we want to make sure that the understanding and the personnel groupings are correct.
Well, after the media availability, Coach Sark was able to come out and talk to us and let us kind of know what was going on with the practices and how things are standing right after scrimmage number 1.
I wanted to be able to get to you guys after scrimmages because I know it's a long time till I see you again, kind of into next week. So, a couple things from today that were that you always have to manage and deal with in training camp with any team. We kind of got a little bit of flu bug hit our team here heading into the scrimmage this weekend. So we had some guys out, that weren't able to go. Rasheem Biles, Brad Spence, Justice Terry, Anthony Smith, Dalen McCutcheon, John Meredith. Those guys were down heading into the scrimmage. And then naturally when you scrimmage, you're going to have some guys, kind of get bumps and bruises as we go. But I did think there were some real highlight plays. So that Jonah Williams had a nice interception in the end zone on the first drive. Grayson Littleton had a really nice 75-yard interception return in the red area later in practice. I thought a couple of the quarterbacks all kind of threw touchdown passes, made big plays. Wingo had a long touchdown. Cam had a long touchdown. Nice touchdown to Raleek Brown from KJ. And Diabell hit Colin Brown on a touchdown. So some give and take there. Thought the running game was pretty good offensively. And saw some from the young guys that showed some things there. I thought from a special team standpoint, I thought we punted the ball very well today. And I think Gio was 4 or 5 on field goals, or maybe even 5 or 6 with a long of 49. Missed his first one. I'm not sure. We got to look at the snap hold operation, but I thought that was good. Again, it was warm out today. We put our guys in some taxing situations. Naturally, we got to fight through, and we got to learn how to fight through. We had a halftime. We came back out in the heat. And I thought we managed it well. But again, I think this is why our depth is so important. Days like today, you get a flu bug hit your locker room. It's hot. Guys start falling out a little bit. Other guys got to step up, and they need to be ready to play. And so hopefully this served as a great example of that.
Man, that's so good that you get guys that have a temperature or they're not feeling 100%, and you take the initiative to say, no, we're going to sit you, rather than take the chance. And, a lot of those guys were aggravated. They wanted to play, sick or not. So I commend the staff for holding them out, even though I know it was against their will.
Yeah, but we still got 3 weeks. As you heard from
for the greater good.
It's like, well, man, go over there and sit down.
Yeah, don't have a heat stroke.
I mean, not only that, a lot of these guys have played a lot of football, so there's not a reason for them to have to be out there running around and trying to do too much. Like he said, there may be some more that ends up happening this week. We got media availability with Sark today, so there will be probably some more information that will be given out. He'll be talking about this defense. More importantly, he'll be talking about the offense and some of the things that he saw once they go back and look at the film, because they're going to go good, bad, and ugly today and talk about some of the things that needs to be cleaned up. And this is the time for that. Good morning, Central Texas. We are up. The alarms have changed. And, of course, our show has grown. The morning kickoff now is 3 hours long and strong. So make sure you follow us on YouTube, X, and Facebook. 19 days away. We'll continue the conversations. As we continue, right now, we're going to talk about some of the overreactions in a rise and fire segment of the morning kickoff. Coming up after that, you got the Hardge Knocks Life, and you make the call. We'll talk all things Texas Longhorns. 3-hour show now with myself, Hardball Hardge, and the world's strongest man, D. Mark Henry, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Austin, your mornings just got better. The morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and Mark Henry is expanding to 3 hours. More hot takes.
You can't win games like that, Hardge.
Not in the NFL.
More laughs. More.
Why is your mouth overloading your hummingbird rear end?
Let's say that again.
Whatever this is, the morning kickoff. Now, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
Already about a 5 to 6 minute out of your drive this morning on I-35 northbound going from Highway 45 up to Ben White. Issue free on 360 northbound where it takes 10 minutes from 290 to 2222. And a similar drive over on Mopac southbound. You're not seeing any slowdowns from Breaker Lane into downtown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lorenz and Lorenz, personal injury attorneys.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. If you've been hurt in a car or truck wreck, Lorenz and Lorenz is here for you. We offer a free consultation and don't get paid until we win your case. Lorenz and Lorenz, we're on top of it. Austin, Texas.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm not exactly great with apologies. After our last argument, I tried saying I'm sorry about 10 different ways, and none of them worked. So I went to Smile Tunes instead. I turned our story into a soulful love song that admitted she was right. Mostly. By the second chorus, she was laughing. By the end of the song, we were ordering takeout together. Turns out a custom song says what I couldn't. Visit SmileTunes.com and create a personalized song that gets you out of the doghouse in style.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at Brilliant.org.
When it comes to your business, great promotions should do more than just get your name out there. They should drive action. And that's exactly what your business will get from a partnership with iHeartMedia. Imagine your business connecting with music fans and future customers through sweepstakes, ticket giveaways, listener contesting, and local media. Attach your business to high-energy music moments built to help grow awareness, engagements, and leads. Getting started is easy. Learn how today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
For a lot of workplaces, the work week doesn't end on Friday. That's why there's EasyCater, the best way to order food from favorite restaurants for your hardworking team, even on weekends. With EasyCater, you'll find great options for any group size and any shift, with tools to help meet dietary needs, stay on budget, and simplify expenses, all backed by our award-winning 24/7 support. EasyCater, your Monday through Sunday workplace food platform. Start an order for your weekend crew at easycater.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh, yeah. Used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
We are up and at it. That's right, folks. I know you're probably sitting there saying, wait a minute. If you were looking for 2 pros and a couple Joe, you can't find them.
Sorry.
Your boys are here. Y'all wanted more. We're giving you more. The morning kickoff now will be on 6 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. That's right. You drive in. Now you can get there. I heard so many people saying, man, I only hear a couple minutes on because I'm driving into work, and by the time y'all get on, well, now here you go.
Here you go.
No excuses.
And you don't have to hear those weird commercials now on
you might.
2 pros that comes up.
You might hear them. You never know. You never know what
dudes on dudes.
Here we go. As we continue to talk about this Texas Longhorn football team, you know, there's a lot to be excited about. Obviously, the quarterback position and Arch Manning. But one of the stories this summer has always been about the offensive line. As you sit back and you think about this, in August, what is the most important thing for you as a fan of a certain team? It doesn't have to be the University of Texas. It can be any team. Is it more about your quarterback, how great he looks in the preseason, or is it more about identifying players that can help you because you know what you have in your quarterback for most schools? Players that are going to help you in depth that can be defined by the linemen and the wide receivers. Because when you look at these teams, now I'm going to bring it back to Texas. When you look at Texas, one of the areas that we all can be in agreement in that has a lot of depth is the wide receiver position. There is a ton of talent that is there. Some of it is untapped.
And the secondary.
So both sides of the ball, you would look and you would say, okay, there's a lot to want to see, but it's that offensive line. And, of course, Arch Manning. And Coach Sark talked about the performance for Arch because, remember, he didn't play in the spring because he was dealing with a broken foot and they had the surgery and he was coming back. He was still getting work. He just wasn't playing or practicing.
Right.
Then you get in the summer, you start getting your timing, and they do the team building stuff and all the things that they did. Well, now you're on the field, and Sark was asked, hey, what did you think of Arch's performance in the scrimmage?
Quarterback. You know, I felt for Arch and Ryan and Cam and Emmett because they played the first series, then they sat because I didn't want them to be live. And then they played one series in the red zone, and then they sat, and then they didn't come back and play until the second half. So it was a little, I guess would say a little up and down today. I don't think that's really indicative of him not being out in the spring. I thought he's had a great first week and a half of training camp, been extremely impressed. Probably wasn't as fair to him today. I wanted them to almost feel like a preseason NFL game, preseason one game. But at the same token, when we went to thud tempo and it wasn't live, I wanted to try to get him reps, and those reps didn't come until the second half. So I think he can play cleaner than he played today and a little bit more efficient, a little bit more accurate. But there was also some high-level plays that were made too. Again, it's the level of consistency that we're fighting for, and I've seen it right the first week and a half. And again, I think probably blame Coach Sark for not being quite as fair to him, where I was one series and then sit for 30 minutes and then one series and then sit again. So next week will be a little bit different format.
I like that.
Yeah.
He took ownership.
You know what? It's good to take ownership, but he doesn't have to apologize. Like, as a CEO and as a coach, you make decisions based off what you feel like is best for your team. He's not making decisions because he's trying to hurt somebody. So, I mean, like, if you make a mistake and you get caught up and you say, oh, man, I should have put them guys back in earlier, just, you know what? I'm not saying apologize. I'm saying just say, to the guys that matter, that are the starters, hey, I'm holding you out intentional. Yeah. I want to let these other guys get some reps. Just to be honest, I want to see what they can do. I know what you can do.
But the thing he said was, I wasn't fair to them because I kept pulling them in and putting them out for 30 minutes. I don't need to go sit for 30 minutes to go back in, to go try to go do something.
Right, you lose your rhythm. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. At least let me get back in there, get a little rhythm, get sweaty, and then if you want to take me out, then that's fine. And he probably did something kind of to your point of like, I need to get back in there because I didn't like what I just did.
Right.
Because now I got to go sit for 30 and think about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's I see what you're saying.
So I'm like, man, I get it and I appreciate that. But to your point, you're right. Man, I'm doing what's best for the team right now. It's still early. We'll get you in the rhythm. But he also said, I'm going to fix that this week because they're going to get ready to go, and it'll be scrimmage number 2. And then you're getting closer and closer to game week. So, all right, you're going to get more reps. Got to get you right. Got to get your timing down. So those are the kind of things, too. And as much as you want him to play or not play, he still needs to have time with that offensive line. You still got to try to figure out the timing of everything with that offensive line.
And I don't think it's too bad a decision to keep your stars out on third tempo.
Yeah.
Like, third tempo sound like something I can miss that right now. Let somebody else go in there for third because I don't want to get thirded.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the other conversations that Sark wanted to talk about and was asked about was the offensive line performance and the fact that now you're trying to see what the depth looked like throughout the scrimmage.
Yeah, I was really encouraged with the first offensive line unit in that, we've been harping on physicality and we've been harping on running the ball all off season. And I thought they did that today. I thought they played a physical brand of football. I thought they protected the quarterback well. I thought they showed good continuity with one another, which is always something, how do they work with one another? Now, granted, in the second half, we made some changes and we, Gooseby was, we pulled him out, we pulled Melvin out, and we get a couple penalties with those twos that were in there. And so, how do we bring our twos along as well? Those linemen that are maybe 7, 8, 9 kind of in the rotation, so that if their number's called, they can function and operate at a high level if their number's called as well.
Hard, you know that they was tight when they went in. Siani and Gooseby went out, and those guys came in, and you got Collins on one side, and you got the whole UT defense on the other side. Listen, you're gonna be nervous.
Yeah.
So I don't fault the backups for jumping or getting a false start, but you gotta get used to the fact that this is gonna be something that may happen. Gooseby might twist his ankle, and then you got to come in.
Yeah, but here's the deal: when you look at what's going on, and the depth of the team is important, obviously, because of those moments. But you playing big time football, man. Don't hold your water, man. This is why you come to Texas. You can't continue to have penalties because you said it. Oh, man, I don't blame those guys. But on Saturday, when Texas goes 1st and 15 because you got a false start, you're going to be mad.
Yeah, I will be.
You're going to be mad. Come in and understand, hey, I might get whooped, but I'm not finna get over here and be on a false start.
Same thing with the Cowboy. They had a jump moment.
Yeah.
And it just happens, man. Hopefully it's 1, not 3.
Well, as Coach Sark said, we're holding people accountable, and they're starting to understand the importance of doing your job, being where you need to be, and understand and stay calm in there. Because the more, we all get antsy. It's early. You're excited, fans. I mean, your family's
I
in the
started
stand.
just a minute ago.
Yeah, and I'm about to throw a flag at you. And we're going to be back 15 more minutes. We're going to see what's going to end up.
Let's not go back.
We're going to see what ends up happening. So it's good news from the Texas scrimmage on all accounts. And, of course, you want to see a little bit more of clean football, as Coach Sark had mentioning. We did get a chance to talk to Coach Sark about some of these guys that were out. They were dealing with a flu bug. But this is the time where your opportunity may not arrive on schedule. And I'll continue this conversation to let you know why this could be an important piece later on in the year. We're just getting started on a 3-hour edition of the Morning Kickoff on a Longhorns Monday, right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
Already about a 5 to 6 minute out of your drive this morning on I-35 northbound going from Highway 45 up to Ben White. Issue free on 360 northbound where it takes 10 minutes from 290 to 2222. And a similar drive over on Mopac southbound. You're not seeing any slowdowns from Breaker Lane into downtown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hello, Austin. Marcus Kajawa here, bringing you a bank-owned Hill Country land liquidation. On Saturday, August 22nd, one of the Hill Country's finest high-fence historic ranches will be liquidated in tracts ranging from 5 to 20 acres. Come out and buy 5 acres with beautiful views for only $59,000. How about a ready-to-use cabin with a workshop on 11 acres for only $199,000? Properties include high elevation, million-dollar views, massive hardwoods, miles of creek, abundant wildlife, electric, and fiber optic internet, all with owner-to-owner financing. All properties will be liquidated. Call us now, 800-684-4611. That's 800-684-4611. If the line's busy, keep calling. 800-684-4611. That's 800-684-4611.
The comfiest shoes ever just hit Austin. Visit Hey Dude South Congress and see the best that Hey Dude has to offer. Whether it's live music, special deals, or the latest launch, we've got a lot in store. That's Hey Dude at 1708 South Congress. See y'all there.
When you're finally off the clock after a long day, dishes put away, kids asleep, feet kicked up, heartburn. Don't let heartburn take over your hard-earned moment. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablets begin neutralizing stomach acid in seconds, so you can get back to your one more episode marathon. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Because nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Use as directed.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Very hot today with dangerous heat. Use caution if outdoors. High 105. Clear tonight. Overnight low 75.
This report is brought to you by Hectra.org.
The places you can go with an Easy Tag, and it's not just toll roads throughout Texas. You get seamless toll travel in Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, Colorado. Get your Easy Tag at hctra.org.
Touchdown! The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down
As we get closer to week 1.
It's crazy and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in.
Makes the catch!
Live local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Do you have an unused car, truck, motorcycle, boat, or RV taking up space? Put it to good use by donating it to the NASCAR Foundation. Proceeds help fund medical resources for children in our racing community. Your wheels can heal. Call 844-NASCAR-9 and we'll come tow away your vehicle for free. The process is quick and your gift is tax deductible. Call 844-NASCAR-9 to donate your vehicle to the NASCAR Foundation today. Your donation will help our children survive and thrive.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, the main event of the evening for your entertainment and pleasure.
Mike, you have to be so combative.
Now, I probably wouldn't say this in front of white folk, but in front of y'all, I'm going to speak my mind.
He has emotional anger issue problems.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
I'm Mike Lowry.
Michael!
Oh, that's funny.
Michael!
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Your home for Texas athletics and, of course, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way. You can hear the Craig Way Show from 2 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday right here on these same airways. And before we went to break, I talked about your opportunity will arrive, but not on your schedule. And sometimes that happens. You know, there's a lot of opportunities that come out. When I was playing professional baseball, somebody will get called up, and that was their opportunity because someone was on the injured reserve, someone got traded. There were opportunities for so many different people. But sometimes you don't know when that opportunity is going to knock. Well, everybody wants that opportunity, and most people imagine receiving it when they're fully prepared. And all the time, it may not be just then. You got to step your game up no matter the situation, whether it's in the workspace or in sports. And that is what is happening at the University of Texas. Yes, it's week one, first scrimmage at the University of Texas, but preparation and opportunity can meet at the same time. A flu outbreak broke out with the Texas Longhorns this past week, and guys were missing in the rotation. When you sit back and you think about a Ty Anthony Smith, somebody that didn't get a chance to practice, he too has been dealing with it. Raheem Biles was talked about, but he had to sit out as well because he didn't get that opportunity to play in the game. Justice Terry, Day-Day McCutcheon, all were among the players that were unavailable. But in that time, you get a chance to see some other guys get a chance to step up and make the most of those opportunities. So when you sit back and you look at this Texas Longhorn football team, you hear of different names and different players that had those opportunities to go out there and perform at the level. You see some of the out linebackers. They were talking about Rocky Cummings and what he was able to do. And he's another guy that has been getting a lot of conversation here lately. He's somebody that a lot of folks are looking at and saying this young freshman may be the surprise. You look at Justin Cryer, and he was Sark said, I didn't want to make him have to do everything, so we had to put some other guys in there. Same thing in the secondary when you look at a guy like Jonah Williams, who went out and made plays on the back end. He was recorded with an interception, Grayson Littleton as well. You start to look at this football team and you're like, how much depth does this football team have? Well, we talked about it. Coach Sark was asked about on the flu outbreak, who stood out on the defense and the offense after the scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know an exact number, Kirk, and I'm anticipating we may have a few more that fought through today. You know, we'll see what happens. We have obviously an off day tomorrow, but that's part of life, you know, and there's no telling. We couldn't get a flu bug in any game this season, and you know, what do we do to our best of our ability as a staff to manage that, keep guys hydrated so that they can contribute from a ball game standpoint? You know, I would probably just say first scrimmage out, I would lean to the defense. You know, again, a couple red zone turnovers. I thought they got off the field.
Yeah, they got off the field and made some things happen. So you start to look at this team and the opportunities that are presented and how they are presented. You never know when your number is going to be called. You had mentioned it when they took out Melvin Siani and they took out Trevor Gooseby. Those other guys had to come in. You did not expect it, but you got to present yourself as if I'm getting the reps for every single time. That's the thing to me that I always try to look at is when you get that opportunity, what do you do with it? Are you going to pee down your leg? Or are you going to be ready for it and then Wally Pip somebody and not let them get their job back? It happens all over the place. And if we talked about it, you better not mess up on that rep because I'm not letting you back in there.
Yeah.
And those are the types of performances that even though, you know, it was a little flu bug and most of these guys are going to be back and ready to go, I look at it and say, give me the opportunity. And when I get there, I'm going to make the most of it.
Man, I heard Boswell did good too.
Yeah.
Like it's good to see the guys that are standing there by the coach, just waiting for him to go, hey, get in there. Man, like that is such a great story to be told. You know, we've seen the movie. We saw Rudy, you know, and when the guy gets the big break, how can you not feel good for him?
Right. Right. And that's why the work has to be done in the mental makeup and the capacity of knowledge that you have, learning every single time that you're in that meeting room. Don't just be in the meeting room thinking you're not going to get your reps. You're going to get your reps. And that's why this team, we talk about it, it's ad nauseum. Oh my God, iron sharpens iron. There's so much talent, but the talent has to continue to work. And it's always got to put himself in a position to be ready for that moment. And there are some guys that are going to do that. We saw it last year. Did we all believe that Grayson Littleton was going to be a freshman All-American? No, he earned it. We kept hearing his name throughout camp. Oh, somebody that continues to pop. Grayson Littleton. And sure enough, what ended up happening? Grayson Littleton became a player and is getting a lot of recognition. You look at what happened with Caden Phillips. He had an opportunity. Muhammad got injured, got hurt. He went in, showed that he can play the position. Yeah. Everybody had to battle for those spots. It's going to happen. It's sports. There's a lot of talent on every single team across the country. It's just putting it all together, galvanizing it, and seeing if this person is not ready, I got to get this other person ready to get in there and make the plays. And those are the things that I think overall with Sark and Muschamp, two head coaches, one on offense and one on defense, being able to collaborate and also bring the most out. Because look at the depth charts. That's the thing that I keep talking about. There is talent at every position. It may not be front line, but it can be front line if you're the backup.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the running back room.
We got 3 hours, Doc. We're going to.
You know, you talk about depth, man. Yeah. Like there is depth everywhere.
Yeah.
And this is practice time. So if you want them to get reps, this is the time to get it. So I don't feel some kind of way because the starters didn't get a lot of reps.
Yep, the young linebackers are getting some opportunities to show what it is. We know what Raheem Biles is. We know what Crier's going to be. Obviously, Colin Simmons is Colin Simmons, and Ty Anthony Smith, who was out, he didn't get a chance. But some of these other young players that got a chance to go out there and play that linebacker position, like a Tyler Atkinson, his name showed up too. He's somebody that got a chance to play. And one of those guys that's a 5-star that may not let you get your spot back if you keep letting me get out there and show what I can do. So good stuff from the Texas Longhorns. We'll continue the conversations. When we come back, I'm going to let you make the call. Which part of the development matters most for the University of Texas, and which group will help Texas win a lot of ball games this year? We'll discuss and give you a chance to cast your vote right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Mark, they gave us an extra hour.
Did management approve this?
They did, but they may regret it.
More Longhorn? Hook 'em. More football?
I don't have time to have a bad time.
And more of my tape.
I think that's what they're all worried about.
You can't win games like that, Hard.
The Morning Kickoff, starting August the 17th, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Lawrence and Lawrence Traffic Center.
Cleanup is underway for a crash on the service road of 130 southbound at Cameron Road. There's 10 minutes being added to the drive-through, some stop-and-go speeds on I-35 northbound. You're slow from the 45 southeast toll up to William Cannon, but currently no delays on Mopac southbound under 10 minutes from Breaker Lane into downtown. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, a better belief system. Feel better knowing a world of wellness is always right in your hands. The Blue Cross app ensures easy access to your digital ID card, claims and benefits. Even find a provider to schedule virtual visits. A healthy connection you can trust. When you need it, where you need it. Through it all.
Delivering more is just how we do business at Group 1 Ford of South Austin. Get more selection with our huge inventory of brand new Fords and quality pre-owned rides. More value with bigger deals and more confidence with our Austin family that's been serving Central Texas drivers for over 2 decades. Whether you're hauling gear to Zilker Park or commuting down Mopac, you get more with the team that knows Ford best. Group 1 Ford of South Austin, home of transparent pricing and no dealer add-ons. Visit us on South I-35 or online at group1fordoftsouthaustin.com.
I'm not exactly great with apologies. After our last argument, I tried saying I'm sorry about 10 different ways, and none of them worked. So I went to Smile Tunes instead. I turned our story into a soulful love song that admitted she was right. Mostly. By the second chorus, she was laughing. By the end of the song, we were ordering takeout together. Turns out a custom song says what I couldn't. Visit smiletunes.com and create a personalized song that gets you out of the doghouse in style.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter. Yeah. Now, it's payback time. Whoa, hold on. Go ahead. Oh, you mean my Discover cashback. I told you there'd be payback. You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news. I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
October 18th, Run for the Roses Austin. Sign up now at livestrong.org/run.
This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Horns. Guaranteed human. iHeartRadio celebrates all things Beatles with the Beatles Now and Then Radio.
Got to get you into my life.
Experience the Fab Four like never before with every massive hit, deep cuts, and stories from the road and the studio. From Love Me Do to Now and Then. Always commercial free. John, Paul, George, and Ringo all in one spot forever. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles, and listen now.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kind of love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers, but you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org/OH. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
We got a new segment that we'd like to call You Make the Call. That's where we throw some questions out there. And, of course, you got to use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. You'll hold that microphone down and give your thoughts on what we're about to ask you. As we got done talking about the scrimmage and the growth and the opportunities for so many other players, you sit back and I want to give you some of the particulars when it comes to this Texas football team. The secondary, they had some interceptions yesterday. On Saturday, Ryan Wingo and Cam Coleman, they produced some touchdowns, big play touchdowns. The new kicker, Gianni, made 5 out of 6 field goal attempts. That's outstanding. That is something that we've been really trying to figure out. The young linebackers got some reps and some praise. Those were all unexpected. So when you look at this and you look at this team, generating the interceptions, Wingo and Coleman making big plays. How you say his name? Gianni Spedic. He was 5 of 6 from field goal attempts, and the linebackers getting some reps.
And one of those was from 50 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done a really good job so far. And one of the areas of concern that we have had was the special teams. So if you had to come down to it, which group do you think is going to help Texas win more football games? Is it going to be the secondary? Because we believe that they have a lot of depth there. Or is it going to be that offense with Wingo, Coleman, Cooper, Smothers, and Raleek Brown, and, of course, Arch Manning? Is it going to be the kicking game, special teams helping us? Or is it going to be a young linebacker that is going to get his opportunity to help show up and make some big plays?
Man, I don't think it's going to be any of those. I just think that the game starts on the line of scrimmage, and the offensive line is going to be a pivotal. They play a pivotal role in the success of what Texas does. You can't get the ball off if somebody's in Arch's face.
Yep.
And the defensive line, being able to control it in the middle of the field, control it on the goal line, are two different things altogether. In the goal line, you need somebody with some heft, some weight about them, and they have that with Gaffard. And the same thing with Hero Canoe. Hero is, they're not going backwards. So that means that these linebackers then get to go eat. The safeties will be up in the box, so they'll be able to have some push. So, like, I just think it starts with the defensive line and the offensive line.
That to me is a great thought process, because if you can't win in the trenches, you're not going to win on the scoreboard.
Right.
And that is how a lot of these football games have been played, and that's where you look for it. But I'm also looking at the fact that even though they have depth on the defensive line, that secondary group is something that I'm going to do a lot more focus on with them. Because if they can lock guys up with that ability of being able to play that bump and run, being able to get in your face and not let you off your route right away, and then creating the pressure, because if the quarterback can't see the people open because you've been pressing them on the corner, that defense has got a better opportunity of getting there. And it's like our guy Rob Babers used to say, Casey Hampton and Sean Rogers used to come to the secondary and say, hey, man, how much time do y'all need? Because we getting to the quarterback. Y'all need to make y'all's plays. That's what ends up happening, getting them off the field. So Hero Canoe and all those guys up front, they're going to provide the pressure. But on that back end, those guys are going to have to make some plays. And if they can make plays, those are house call type of plays.
If Littleton is making plays and Jelani McDonald are making plays, that means Bo Masco is going to really, really reap the benefits, because he's going to he's going to take the job at getting everybody's best receiver, and he's going to jam them up, and the ball is going to get thrown that way. We're going to find out who's the guy that on the deflection is going to intercept it, because it's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to throw it over there, and you got to have a nose for the ball. I used to love watching that kid at Texas Tech play, Rodriguez, because if the ball got tipped, he got it. If somebody punched it and it came out, he was picking up the fumble.
Right.
Like, who is that guy going to be for Texas is what I want to know.
Well, I believe that they're going to have some playmakers out there. You look at what I said about a name that we haven't even brought up is Kobe Black. Kobe Black is somebody that continues to pop at practice as well, from what I've been hearing. And then you start looking around and you're seeing opportunities for a lot of these young guys. And to me, when you start looking at this Texas football team, and we can talk about the stars all we want, and they're going to get plenty of love and all the greatness, but it's them unsung heroes that come in, and the next thing you know, like Warren Roberson. Remember Warren Roberson and Ty Anthony Smith from last year?
Yeah.
These were guys that were they were getting a little bit. But when you saw their athleticism and to make plays and get interceptions,
you thought about the future.
You said, okay, now I see what these guys are developing over there at the University of Texas. They're starting to grow and understand their roles. That's the biggest thing. When you come into college or any professional setting, what is my role and what can I do to make our organization grow or our team better? What can I do to make that happen? That's what these young guys are now starting to understand. Hey, I need you to be at this level because that guy, he got sick. If we had a game today, were you going to be prepared? These are the moments that now it's real.
Now you're getting real, Seymour.
Yeah, you're getting real to see what's happening right now. And so it's kind of a good thing that it happened when it did, because you got to learn something about those guys that had that first scrimmage that they were expected to play, but they weren't expected to be in the starting lineup and go out there and go against the ones. So that was some good stuff right there. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We'll talk a little bit more about the scrimmage and that running back room that Mark was talking about. One of those young stars stood out, and he's going to get an opportunity right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
It's a sale. Right now, any service needed for your vehicle is on sale at Leaf Johnson Ford on Airport and Koenig in Austin. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, alignments, you name it. And Leaf Johnson Ford in Austin has it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back to you. Go to leafjohnson.com and schedule your service, or come see us. Leaf Johnson Ford, Airport and Koenig.
Whether your oldest is heading off to college or you're finally adding that dream pool to the backyard, a home equity line from ATFCU can help make it happen. Your home equity is the difference between your home's value and what you still owe, and you can borrow against it without disrupting your current mortgage loan. Enjoy quick approvals, flexible terms up to 30 years, and no closing costs on loans under $250,000. Apply online at atfcu.org. Other terms and conditions apply. ATFCU is an equal opportunity lender. NMLS number 422857. Federally insured by NCUA.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
After an auto accident, you might be in a lot of pain, feeling battered and bruised, even if you were wearing a seatbelt and doing everything right. Well, now's the time to make another right decision and hire Thomas J. Henry Law to get in the ring for you. Going toe-to-toe, hitting back against the insurance companies trying to bob and weave to save a few bucks on your case. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're always in your corner. Get your case started at tjhlaw.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
In this edition of the Marketers Report, Ro Colinaros, Vice President of Marketing for Omnicom, weighs in on today's splintered media landscape.
The way consumers think and shop and interact with brands is more complex than ever. Brands that can figure out how to move people and how to connect will be the brands that win.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live events, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
Spidey scales new heights at the box office.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control.
Spider-Man Brand New Day surpassed $2 billion in global ticket sales just 3 weeks after its release. Variety says the comic book adventure starring Tom Holland grossed $785 million in North America and another $1.2 billion overseas for a grand total of just over $2 billion. That makes the newest Spider-Man one of only 8 films to reach that box office benchmark. Actress Hayden Panettiere has died.
Her cause of death is unknown. The actress was best known for her role as the indestructible cheerleader Claire Bennett on the NBC sci-fi series Heroes, Juliet Barnes in the musical drama Nashville, and as Kirby Reed in the Scream horror franchise. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Panettiere was 36. Opening statements began today in the Las Vegas murder trial of Tupac Shakur. The defendant, Dwayne Davis, is accused of orchestrating the legendary rapper's 1996 murder. He faces life in prison if he's convicted.
We can build our dreams.
And Sunday marked 49 years since the death of Elvis Presley. Nearly 5 decades later, fans still gathered at Graceland to remember the king of rock and roll. That's entertainment. I'm Daria Albinger.
This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Horns. Guaranteed human.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. In hour number 1, obviously, we cover Texas's scrimmage and how it went. A lot of folks are saying that the defense played well, but that offense did some special things also. We got some young guys that got a chance to step up and get an opportunity to participate, and now we will see what week 2 will be bringing you. Right now, we want to get into this because Coach Sark was talking about defining roles on the offensive and defensive line heading into next week's scrimmage and how the starting group looked.
Yeah, I would say, coming out of next week's scrimmage, I think we need to be really defined in our 2 deep, right? And that's not only on offense and defense. I think that's special teams. Now, but in the same breath, I want that everybody on the roster's got to understand nothing's set in stone. Players earn opportunities throughout a season at any juncture, at any moment. And so we're never going to stop pushing. We're never going to stop trying to developing those guys to become, what they can be. And we've seen that time and time again. We've seen injuries occur and all the different stuff that we've seen go on as the season goes on. So, but I think coming out of next Saturday, being pretty defined of what our 2 deep looks like in all 3 phases, I think is important. Today we started with Trevor, Lawrence, Connor, Brandon Baker, and Melvin. But again, Dylan played a ton and got his opportunities. But a lot of guys got opportunities today. I mean, we rolled with 3 different offensive line groups, so a lot of guys got reps today.
I didn't know Trevor Lawrence played at Texas.
He did. He does not. He did. Lawrence Seymour. That's who he's talking about. So good stuff by Coach Sark and trying to get these guys that rep, trying to get those guys those moments to be prepared for those opportunities. And you're going to hear opportunities a lot because there's so much depth that is on this football team. And guys are going to get their reps. They're going to get moments. But how many are you going to be able to get? Because we also talked about if I'm in there, I'm not one of those guys that want to be rotating. I want to stay in there as long as I possibly can.
If you're not a starter, though, you ain't in control of that.
Well, what I'm saying, you see the rotations that happen. If I'm in there, I don't want to come out. I know you're going to be calling in this grouping or this pairing. I don't want to be a part of a grouping or a pairing. I want to be part of the starting lineup and stay in the game.
You're selfish.
I want to win. And if I feel like I'm the best opportunity for us to win, you absolutely right. I'm selfish.
At practice?
Practice. When does people take their jobs? When do you get your job taken?
At practice.
Okay, then. So why am I going to let you get in front of me and be the first one in line and then stay in there and get those reps?
In Trevor Goolsby's case,
not him.
It was because of the injury, and he got to come in and prove that even with an injury to a guy that was going to get drafted in the top 10, he was a great option.
Right. Well, not only that, he moved from side to side too.
Yeah.
And he was able to go to a different side to get him on the field because he was that talented. He proved he can move around and be versatile.
So that happened in the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get all these reps in practice because that's my time.
Or it's like, no, this is my time to
Yes.
get better and refine my skills, and you are getting in the way.
Thank you. They're fighting for reps. Go talk to Rob Babers and Nathan Vasher about playing with Quentin Jammer and those guys in front of them. They were like, no, y'all get back. There's no I know what y'all can do. I'm not finna let you get up here and shine in front of me.
Hey, Rick, let me get back in. No, sorry.
Beat it, kid. You get back in your place. Your time will come. Yeah, it happens like
That's
that.
That's a good problem to have, though. To be honest,
that's perfect.
Like, it's a good option to have. You know, you talked about Kobe Black and Littleton and Bo Masco. He's kind of in a class by himself because he's proven.
Right.
Just like Biles is proven.
Cryer.
You know, Cryer came, he's proven.
Yeah.
The rest of those guys, they got to earn that spot.
Yeah. Well, somebody that's trying to earn a spot is the running back Derek Cooper. We talk about Raleek Brown and Hollywood Smothers a lot. Don't forget James Simon was here last year. He got some opportunity once all those guys decided that they wanted to leave. But Derek Cooper is a young freshman that has got some thump to him, and he too is looking for the chance to run the football this year for the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, I really love D. Coop. He's a hard charging guy. He plays physical. He plays fast. He's a very natural football player. I don't know if you've seen any of his high school film, but he played defense. He played offense. Whatever was needed to be successful. So the game comes pretty naturally to him. I think the area where he had to take the biggest jump was really understanding pass protection, right? And that's like any young runner, right? And what that looks like from it's easy to, I don't want to say easy to run the ball, but running the ball and catching the ball. But his understanding of the offense has been very impressive for a young player. I think his physicality, the speed in which he plays the game has been very impressive. But as impressive, I think, has been his knowledge and willingness to learn. And he's done a really good job of again learning from Raleek and Hollywood and Ryan Niblett, but at the same time, not in a negative way, but not taking a back seat, pushing and going forward and trying to earn his opportunities.
That's what it's about, man. That's it. Put pressure on the older guys to know that your job is not safe.
But some people are just different. And when we say different, I remember coming to Austin, and Texas had good running backs already. And then Butch Hadnot came. And Butch was a true freshman. He looked like a 30-year-old
roster
pro player. I mean, physically, he was 230 pounds. So, like, to have a guy over 6'1", 230 pounds, I want to run you over type of mentality. That's what they keep saying about Cooper, is he can run really fast and he's elusive, but he tries to punish you. Like, he has the mentality that I'm going to get to the line and I'm going to go find somebody to hit. Like, that's usually a linebacker type of mentality.
Right.
You need at least one of those guys in your backfield room.
Well, they've got a couple of those guys that can do that. James Simon and Michael Terry are still trying to get their time as well. And he, too, is a powerful, powerful runner.
6'3".
When Texas decides that they're going to try to figure out who's going to be their goal line guys, they've got some choices that can be made right there, especially when you look at how Derek Cooper, a young running back, if he can continue to hold on to the football, because that's the biggest worry when it comes to a young running back, besides the fact of what he said about pass pro. He's gotten better. We heard players last week talk about the extra work that he puts in every single week working on the pass pro because he knows that's a weakness. That's something that you look forward to. If a guy knows where his weakness is and he's going out there to work it, I know I can run the ball. I know I can catch it out of the backfield. And if me not being good in pass pro is the reason why certain times I'm not going to be on the field, then I need to go work on pass pro.
Go work on it.
And so that's what he's doing. And you're seeing it. He's an electric type of player that every time we do an interview, somebody brings up Derek Cooper's name. So he's going to be somebody that will be hard to keep off the football field.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you have to go to the coach and say, I know you put me in to run the ball, but like the only way I'm going to get good at this pass pro thing is if I'm in there on some of those pass plays and I can learn how to pick them up.
Yeah.
So like I want to see what those conversations are going to look like here in the near future, because they have veteran guys that already know, and you're going to lean on that. You lean on, like you just said, got the starter. I'm not coming out, guys. And unless I fumble the ball or get hit real hard and I need a blow.
Yep.
I'm not coming out. And even then, it's hard to get guys to come out.
Yeah. I mean, it's that time where everything is being we're breaking down every level of it, and we're so ready and thirsty for the football where we can have ourselves a thought to where it's like, oh yeah, this is what's happening, and this is what's happening, and this is what I see, and this is how I thought this play should be called, because there's just so much to break down when you have this much talent on the football field. You can be critical of so many different things instead of just saying, hey, man, that dude can ball, that dude can ball, that dude can ball. How do we get them all on the field at the same time? How do we get it to work? And how do I disperse this football to everybody? That's
even better. Even if you can't get them on the field at the same time because some of them play the same position, how can you delegate the reps to where it's fair?
Yeah.
Because, like there's some guys that are on this team that ain't gonna be on this team next year.
How you talk about it? Well, sometimes things just ain't fair, man.
I know things not fair, but
sometimes things aren't just
people they're gonna throw the book at them.
Isn't that what you said to me? Sometimes things ain't fair, man.
Sometimes hard.
Yeah, things aren't fair. So we'll see what ends up happening. We continue the conversations. Coming up around the 40, a lot of good players did some great things. Not necessarily just on the 40 acres. They may be former players. And Jade Barron takes the cake in this one right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Mark, they gave us an extra hour.
Did management approve this?
They did, but they may regret it.
More Longhorn, more football.
I don't have time to have a bad time.
And more of my tape.
I think that's what they're all worried about.
You can't win games like that, Hard.
The Morning Kickoff starting August the 17th, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena.
Stream it live on Disney Plus and Hulu. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way to be there.
Turn up the style with Burlington. Shop the brands you love and the looks you want without the high prices. From festival-ready fits to everyday favorites, it's never been easier to look good and save big. Burlington, where great style meets even better deals.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The crash on the 130 Toll Road southbound at Cameron Road has moved over to blocking off the right shoulder. Looking at your drive this morning on I-35 northbound, stop and go from the 45 Southeast Toll up to William Cannon Drive, adding 10 minutes to your commute. And similar delays over on Highway 71 westbound, going from Wolf to 130. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with exclusive deals and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun and all roads lead to game day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states. One app, every sport, in all 50 states. Remember, September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code AM1300, spend $5 to get $150 $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code AM1300 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports context availability. Varies by state.
Want more than just awareness for your business? An iHeartRadio Music Festival partnership can help your business drive action with sweepstakes, ticket giveaways, and more. Make your business part of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at brilliant.org.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Remember when everyone was creating those LeBron tribute songs? Now it's your time to shine. Create your own with Smile Tunes. Honor your favorite player, team, or your Little League star with a custom song from Smile Tunes. Visit SmileTunes.com and create your own anthem today.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
As we talk about Texas Longhorns, we only talk football, right? Wrong. We talk a little bit of everything. We've also had the soccer coach on. We've had the golf coach on, baseball coach, and Coach
Tennis.
Shark. We've had everybody part of the show as we are the home of Texas Athletic Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. So we wanted to talk about the 40 acres and take you a trip around the 40. As you look around the 40, Texas volleyball is ranked number 2. They will be taking on Arizona State, the number 12th ranked team. This Saturday will be their first matchup of the year. You can watch the match on FS1. They will play Marquette on that following Monday, the 24th, to kick off their season. You also look in soccer, and they win again. Coach Marguerite Bates wins 1-0 over Pitt as they continue to have success. She wins her first 2 matches at the University of Texas. You also look at Scotty Scheffler, former Texas Longhorn, wins the FedEx St. Jude's Championship yesterday for the first time in a long time. Men's swimming wins 15 medals at the Pan Pacific and European Championships. You also look at the women. They did well also. But the biggest story this past weekend was the play of one Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron, defensive back for the Denver Broncos, Thorpe Award winner. He said, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a house call here in the ATL.
The first down without getting a touchdown. Rush. Tip ball, and that one's intercepted. Headed the other way. Jahdae Barron all the way. The pick six. 98 yards.
There he goes. Jahdae Barron doing what Jahdae Barron does. 98-yard interception. Y'all did hear who the quarterback was who threw the interception. Cooper Rush, the conversation we were just having before the show. And then you start to look around. He did that. Another player that did well was Jalen Ford. He got an interception for the New Orleans Saints. He made a great play and ran it not all the way back, but he ran it back like he was a running back on the interception. Jack Indries caught 3 passes for 25 yards and had the touchdown for Cincinnati. Great stuff for him. Not so good news. Quinn Ewers, his performance was not very good. He was 1 of 8, 27 yards, 1 interception. Passer rating of 1.6, but that's not the story. The story is he suffered a growing injury during that game, but continued to try to play with it. So now it is going to be a tough road for him because they brought in another quarterback. Mark Gronkowski is now in to help provide some depth on the depth chart. Are there any other Texas Longhorns that you feel should be spotlighted today, Mark Henry?
Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue was the feature back during the Cowboys game. He looked exceptional at times. They ran very plain and vanilla plays. They didn't run a lot of the stretch plays that they're accustomed to running. No need to run those, but never dropped the ball.
Yep.
Had 3 passes thrown to him, caught all 3, got across the line of scrimmage.
Yep. That's good for Jaden Blue. I also want to give a shout out to Cody Clemens. Cody Clemens now has 21 home runs on the season playing for the Minnesota Twins. He continues to rake every opportunity that he gets. And again, he's a guy that has bounced around. And I remember this as it was plain as day. A good friend of mine coached him and his brothers in high school. And he knows me really, really well. And he said, I promise you, Cody is going to be the better of all of the Clemens because of his tenacity with his brothers is going to make the most out of him.
Wow.
And he's turned himself into one hell of a major league player.
And we can't go without talking about Malik Muhammad. Played at Chicago. Did not play corner, Hardge. Played the nickel.
Yep.
And you know what the nickel does?
Play man to man.
Nickel plays man, and nickel will go up and tackle.
Yep.
And he came up and made 3 thunderous tackles to the point to where the announcers had to brag on him. Like, wow, this guy had and I didn't know this, that he had the 3rd most reps in the secondary at Texas in the last 3 seasons. He had a lot of reps in college.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to Malik Muhammad.
Yep, good for him. And they did show him quite a bit on the plays that he was making. His ability to tackle in space is something that you have to be able to do in the NFL, because as a defensive back, you're going to have some one-on-ones with some dangerous players in the open field. So you must be able to get some guys down.
He looked great, and it was really cool to hear the announcers brag on him so well.
Much needed in that particular moment. But there's so much that will be happening as we continue to break all of these down. For Scotty Scheffler to win the PGA first stop in the PGA FedEx Championships, for him to win that St. Jude match, going away, celebrating. It's been a long time since Scotty been in that winner's circle that we're used to with him, and this might be the turn for him in that moment. Again, Texas volleyball, the number 2 ranked team in the nation. They will start this weekend. Also, shout out to Texas soccer as they win their second match, 1-0. Great work out there by the soccer team. We'll also be talking a lot about basketball because basketball, they will be working out. They're still working out. The women's team, can't wait to try to get Vic Schaefer in on one of these shows so we can talk to him about his offseason, how these players have started to perform at practice, what it has looked like for him, because this is a whole new team. Obviously, you got Madison Booker. She's still the leader of the group. But when you look at some of these freshmen that are coming in, you still got Brianna Preston, who's a leader. You got some transfers. But this is a totally different looking Texas women's basketball team, but the expectations remain the same.
Well, to have 3 girls that are near the same size as your previous leading scorer, that's going to be hard to stop. You know, and Madison Booker is an unbelievable player. Her size adds to the dimension. Now you bring in 3 girls that are near the same size. Like, who do you cover and how do you cover 4 people that's near the same size?
Yeah, the ability to score is going to be something that I'll be looking for. But as you know, Vic Schaefer's calling card is what? You got to be able to play defense. And if you can't play defense, it is going to be tough. Texas made some moves on the coaching staff on the women's side. They bring in Victoria Vivens as the assistant coach. She played on the 2017-2018 Final Four teams at Mississippi State, and she played professionally overseas. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she played for Vic Schaefer at Mississippi State when he was making those runs. So good stuff for Vic going out. He ended up losing Coach Carter. He lost Tori Teichel as well. She was administrator on the bench. So good for him to fill some voids on this team along. Yes, she did play for Coach Schaefer and played with Blair Schaefer, Coach Schaefer's daughter, at Mississippi State. So good stuff there all the way around. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversations. That's right, folks. We move some things up. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, has some things he wants to get off of his chest. And, of course, we have so much more when it comes to the Texas Longhorns right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The crash on the 130 Toll Road southbound at Cameron Road has moved over to blocking off the right shoulder. Looking at your drive this morning on I-35 northbound, stop and go from the 45 Southeast Toll up to William Cannon Drive, adding 10 minutes to your commute. And similar delays over on Highway 71 westbound, going from Wolf to 130. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lorenz and Lorenz, personal injury attorneys.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. If you've been hurt in a car, truck wreck, Lorenz and Lorenz is here for you. We offer a free consultation and don't get paid until we win your case. Lorenz and Lorenz, we're on top of it. Austin, Texas.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hello, Austin. Marcus Kajawa here, bringing you a bank-owned Hill Country land liquidation. On Saturday, August 22nd, one of the Hill Country's finest high-fence historic ranches will be liquidated in tracts ranging from 5 to 20 acres. Come out and buy 5 acres with beautiful views for only $59,000. How about a ready-to-use cabin with a workshop on 11 acres for only $199,000. Properties include high elevation, million-dollar views, massive hardwoods, miles of creek, abundant wildlife, electric, and fiber optic internet, all with owner-to-owner financing. All properties will be liquidated. Call us now, 800-684-4611. That's 800-684-4611. If the line's busy, keep calling. 800-684-4611. That's 800-684-4611.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves a risk of loss.
A gem at the ballparks. Noah Cameron, a one-hitter as the Royals blank the Angels 3-0. Scotty Scheffler, an 8-shot win at the FedEx St. Jude Championship to open up the PGA Tour postseason. Bad news for the Vikings. Safety linebacker Jamal Adams out for the season with a right knee injury. Meanwhile, Von Miller agrees to a one-year deal with the Cowboys. The Texas native and future Hall of Famer back in his home state. I'm Trey Bender.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Lowe's.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list written on a sticky note or saved on a photo? Perfect. Bring it in and get a quote in minutes. Plus, access thousands of products beyond what's in store or on Lowe's.com. Right from the Lowe's Pro Desk.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our players to target and players to avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research in the podcast all season long so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
You heard the beat drop, so you know what that means. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hardge?
Yes?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Back then, they didn't know. But now that I'm hot, they all on me. All right. Another edition of World's Strongest Take. Guys, I'm overly pleased for the first time in a long, long time. I can't even put my finger on a date, a year, a time. All I know is this. I've heard it from Stephen A. Smith to haters of the Cowboys for as long as I can remember. Probably since Jerry Jones took over and decided that he did not want Jimmy Johnson taking the credit from him. The Cowboys have flipped their opinion of themselves and the way that they run the organization. I don't know where it came from, but it's here. Hardge and I complained last year. Man, they're never going to start the season before the camps getting guys that could actually play. They're going to wait until the third game and all the best players are taken. Nope. Didn't happen. Woke up this morning and late yesterday got the call from Hardge. Hey, man, Cowboys just picked up Von Miller. I'm like, what? They don't do that, guys. They haven't done it in years and years and years. They took their whole entire draft a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and they revamped it, and they traded guys, and they picked up guys. They ended up signing after the Micah Parsons trade and getting Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams he's a different position, linchpin, focal point, star player, however you want to put it. But Jerry Jones made the move, and guess what happened? Last week, $100 million they paid him. Up front, no arguments, no noise. Nobody even heard about that they were even negotiating. My take is this. They realized that they were the problem. And they decided that we have to fix this internally. I don't know who it came from, but Jerry Jones allowed Coach Schottenheimer to pick the defense coordinator. When was the last time? I guarantee it's been 10 years since a coach was hired and it wasn't Jerry Jones doing it. Hardge, Cowboys have flipped their opinion of themselves and how they run the industry, the company. What say you?
It has been a very, very interesting, quiet offseason so far heading into the season. Now, I don't know why or who took over his body like the Monstars, but for him to sit back and relax
and let this happen
and make moves, I think Jerry really, we say it every year, Jerry's running out of time. Jerry running out of time.
Don't say that.
Jerry is understanding that life is coming full circle for him. And he is like, I got to do everything I could.
He wants some glory hole.
I can't take this with me type of mindset. Wow. I got to do what I got to do. And we're going to go out and get Von Miller. And we're going to go out and pay Quinnen Williams. And let me tell you something. Dak is my quarterback. He's merciful right now because he's letting you make it. But he's ready. We got the best wide receiver corps. Jaden Blue. No, he's a Longhorn. I don't like him that much. But I love him today. And I'm going to need him to play. So now we are in a position as Cowboy fans. Look, we called each other on Saturday. After the first drive, it's going to be a long year. After that, it was like, oh, okay, this is what we thought we was going to see.
Oh, the system changed.
Yes, the players. Did you know, and I was going to bring this up later, but did you know that the Dallas Cowboys in the first preseason game last year missed 19 tackles? Next Gen stats, 19 tackles. You know how many Next Gen counted them for this game?
How many?
0. Cowboys did not have a missed tackle in the game this past weekend. Jerry, times have changed. Times have changed. And I'm really glad that he is seeing this through. Now, we may go out and lose every game, but it ain't going to be because he didn't do everything he was supposed to do to actually – what did he say? We're going all in? Or what was it a couple years ago that it was saying? He was trying to make people believe that we're going for it this year. Nobody believed it. That's why he's doing it in silence. He ain't bragging. He's not walking around pounding his chest. He's just letting moves happen, and now he's in that position to where people are saying they're clapping for him.
Yeah,
they're giving him the golf clap because he's doing things professionally. As much as we hate the Eagles, we talk about how Howie Roseman moved, and they have now got the blueprint from Howie Roseman. They had somebody infiltrate and find out, how do they do it?
Man, my stomach, you can't be mentioning.
They did it, and it's happening. And Jerry is moving in silent and being proactive instead of reactive. Von Miller been saying he wanted to play for the Cowboys. He said it last year. Myles Garrett said he wanted to play. Was you willing to give up all that? Because go back and look at what the Cowboys have been able to do right now with all the moves since Micah Parsons wore the star. They got Quentin Williams, George Pickens, Tyler Booker, Donovan Ezeraku, Siobhan Revelle, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Jalen Thompson, P.J. Locke, Malachi Lawrence, Caleb Downs, and Von Miller now. Since Micah Parsons left, you got a whole team.
A whole new team.
A whole new team.
Wow.
After that move, where we all thought we was crazy.
I'm kind of scared, though, because with signing Von Miller means that he's automatically going to take a roster spot. And they're going to have to get down from, 94 to 53 in a week. And
I think they got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Where do you lose a player, offensively or defensively?
Well,
but there's somebody that's not going to be on this team because Von Miller has been put in one of those spots.
You seen Tombstone?
Yeah.
Well, bye. When we come back, I gotta give you some of these insider segments. I want to know what these folks are talking about on the message boards right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Mike, who told you that I wake up at 5 a.m.?
Your new alarm clock?
I'm about to put that alarm clock in the Hall of Paint.
After the show, big man?
Starting August 17th, the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardge and Mark Henry will be on from 6 to 9 a.m. on Austin's AM 1300 The Zone and free on your iHeartRadio app.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The left shoulder is blocked off by a crash on Highway 195 southbound and Highway 138. It's stop and go over in Manor on 290 westbound, taking the extra 20 to 25 minutes from FM 1100 to FM 973. And over on I-35 northbound, you're backed up from the 45 southeast toll to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
It's time to upgrade your drive with the great folks over at Covert Chevrolet in Hutto, Texas. Get a new 2026 Chevy Tahoe LS and save $5,173. That means you get a chance to take home this spacious and capable SUV your family deserves. But hurry, the offer ends August 31st. Take that short drive and visit the great folks at Covert Chevy on Highway 79 in Hutto, Texas, or shop online at covertchevyhutto.com.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Imagine you're reading Pride and Prejudice, except you're not reading it. Harris Dickinson and Marissa Abella are reading it to you on Audible. Her barbs sting you. His coldness sends a shiver up your spine. Your heart aches. Your ears burn. You yearn for Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy to profess their undying love for one another. You can't bear it any longer. Well, maybe a chapter longer. Performance is so good, you'll give love a second chance. Audible. Stories that speak to you.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm not exactly great with apologies. After our last argument, I tried saying I'm sorry about 10 different ways, and none of them worked. So I went to Smile Tunes instead. I turned our story into a soulful love song that admitted she was right. Mostly. By the second chorus, she was laughing. By the end of the song, we were ordering takeout together. Turns out a custom song says what I couldn't. Visit smiletunes.com and create a personalized song that gets you out of the doghouse in style.
Teachers make a difference each and every day. Now's your chance to say thanks. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who goes above and beyond for students. They could be one of our $5,000 winners for classroom supplies and resources. Teachers give so much. Now it's our turn to give back. Nominate a teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Washington Secondary School Athletic Administrators Association.
Coach Sark here. Tune in to my Monday press conference on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. As we continue to have these conversations, we're going to talk about what the insiders are talking about. What are we hearing from other folks? Now, obviously, we're going to have a lot of guys that'll come on to the show and give their thoughts personally, but there are some guys that are writing for different publications that have some other thoughts on the way that this is done. Like you go over to Inside Texas and a lot of guys are talking about Justice Terry and what he brought to this game and what he can bring to the game. A lot of folks are talking about Hollywood Smothers and the ability to take it to the house and the expectations of that young man. KJ Lacey, is he going to be the one that is going to be the backup? Let's not forget, you got KJ Lacey, Diabell, and a lot of folks aren't talking about this young man, MJ Morris. That's probably why they wasn't talking about MJ Brown. But this MJ Morris,
Yeah, that might be a reason.
he
for
came
that.
in from Coastal. He is another guy that has been getting reps and been doing just fine on the football field. Most importantly, these guys in the back end, Kobe Black and Jonah Williams. What are we going to get from those two guys? Are they going to make an impact, on the game the way that we believe that they can? Look, I'm still waiting for Derek Williams to be that guy, be healthy, and do what he's capable of doing. But you also got to understand some of these 5 stars are starting to step up. And again, you're going to get passed if you're not putting in the most of your work. So we'll see what happens there. If you go over to the great folks over at Horns 247, we'll talk to Eric Henry this week, and we'll get his thoughts. But your guy, Michael Terry, didn't do anything too drastic, but he's going to get a chance to play. Another name to pay attention to is Conan Brown, wide receiver, one of the fastest dudes on the team. According to a couple of players, he has been able to make some plays. But the guy who had a lot of impact and will continue to make impact and will get a chance to be on the field is Jermaine Bishop Jr. He continues to open eyes, and they continue to find ways to get him the football.
I don't think for 1 second that all of these guys can get the job done. I don't think there's one guy that we mentioned since we started this show that can't get the job done. But as you said, the cream rises to the top, and the starters, when this camp is over and this next scrimmage is over and they're putting the board together. You remember the board? You wanted to see your name in that starting spot.
Yep.
Minimally, second wide receiver or second running back or second quarter. You didn't want to go past that on the depth chart. I feel like that this team is put together 1s and 2s across the depth chart that is not going to matter.
Yeah.
Like everybody that they face better really be healthy and better have enough depth to get them through the 3rd and 4th quarter, because this team is they're stacked. This is the time. And I'm not saying that because I'm a homer. I know I said that last week. I'm saying it because if I was an Ohio State fan, I would be scared. I would be worried that one of my guys was going to come up lame, twist his ankle. Or if you lose one component, and this team can rake you over the coals, and you'll look up and you'll be down 21.
This is interesting because this football team and its weapons, and we've talked about it, it's going to be on Sark. I mean, that's the thought process, because we've talked about this ad nauseum because of the fact that talent-wise, there is no weakness.
The cupboard is full.
Yes, it overfloweth. You know what I'm saying? It
overfloweth.
This is on each side of the field, whether you're looking at Wingo, who caught a big touchdown this past weekend, Cam Coleman with his highlights, Emmett Mosley, Jermaine Bishop Jr., Ryan Niblett on the punt return, or coming out of the backfield, Derek Cooper, Hollywood Smothers, Raleek Brown, the tight ends are all weapons. And you still got Khalil Lockett. You still, Day-Day McCutcheon. You have playmakers. Now it's a matter of scheming it up to get these guys open and get them in space. I mean, all these guys would be playing somewhere else if they weren't at the University of Texas and getting big reps. Big reps. Now they're behind each other, and you're like, how do you figure it all out?
There was a lot of times last season and the season before where Texas, they ran something that was creative, but I don't think they had the personnel for that play or the two plays to be effective. Now they have the players to make those plays overly effective.
Right.
So I feel like all the people that criticizes Coach Sark's play calling should allow this group of talent to run his offense. And I think that we'll see a crowd that's cheering and, throwing their beers and how much do those beers cost, Cam?
A lot. It costs quite a bit.
$20.
Depending on happy hour pricing before the game.
They're gonna be throwing them up in the air.
Yep.
Like you're gonna take the Brown distributing bath.
Yep. Because
people are gonna be happy, man. Like the guys just have to get the job done. That's all it is to it.
Well, as we talked about before, you got guys that have been able to step up. Tyler Atkinson is one that we keep talking about. Kosi Akpala, he is another guy that came in the recruiting class along with Rocky Cummings, who I mentioned at the very beginning, who got some reps and got some meaningful reps this past weekend. These are guys that are going to get a chance to shine, and we've heard their names the whole entire offseason. They've made an impact somehow, some way, where they have opened up some eyes that they are continued to be talked about and lifted onto the front of the drill. Those are the guys that you keep looking at for this Texas football team. Now, I know a lot of folks are going to say, oh, come on, Hardge, you're drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. Well, I'm excited about the Kool-Aid. I'm definitely excited about it, but it might be rum punch. I don't know. But I'm going to be a part of that as well.
It's something in there.
It's something good in there. When we come back, we'll have hour number 3. The Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans look to rebound from last week's win and loss to see what's next. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
The comfiest shoes ever just hit Austin. Visit Hey Dude South Congress and see the best that Hey Dude has to offer. Whether it's live music, special deals, or the latest launch, we've got a lot in store. That's Hey Dude at 1708 South Congress. See y'all there.
Drew McIntyre here from WWE. Wielding the Claymore can be a life of chaos. When I'm not dominating in the ring, Chumba Casino is how this warrior takes a wee break. With hundreds of online social games and new weekly releases, there's always something fresh to try. And those daily boosts, next level. Even my free time feels like Valhalla. So when life feels like a battle, kick up your feet, have some fun, and let's chumba.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T's and C's. 21 plus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance. Scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent.
The countdown to the NFL season is on, and Fox Sports Radio is where you join the conversation with the Dan Patrick Show.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
You have to strike when the iron is hot in the NFL.
And more. Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and listen now.
Scientific data proves it. Size does matter.
Oh.
Hi, this is Tom McKay with Audiovisual Consultations. The bigger and wider your television is, the better it'll please your senses. Summer is here, and the time is now to get everything tuned up and ready. New big screen TVs, projection video, indoor and outdoor surround sound, all the goodies at great prices and followed up with great service. So give us a call at 512-255-8678, 512-255-8678, or online at avconsultations.com. Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. We've been serving and assisting customers all over Texas for the last 38 years. We design, sell, and install really cool theater rooms and golf simulators, home audio systems, surveillance and controlled lighting systems, computer networks, electrical contracting, heated floors, and even motorized shades. So just give us a call at 512-255-8678, and I'll come out and assist you in making your dreams come true. Just give us a call, 512-255-8678, or online at avconsultations.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Southern Rock Ride. The greatest Southern rock hits from the 70s and 80s. Skinner, 38 Special, Allman Brothers, and more. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Southern Rock Ride, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Horns. Guaranteed human.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
The college football season, as they will take on Texas State Bobcats 2:30 at DKR, but you can hear us, the pregame show, 3 hours before kickoff, and then, of course, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, our guy, Craig Way, will take you up to kickoff. All right, let's get into it, because the Dallas Cowboys have continued the road to the Super Bowl. That's right. We are sitting here trying to figure it out. What are they going to do next? And all they do is go out and get a big victory over the defending Super Bowl champions. But the conversation before that is going to be about your Houston Texans. As you start to look at the Houston Texans, and we are the home of the Houston Texans right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. You start to look back on the game that was played the other day, and they didn't look good. A lot of folks were upset, and DeMeco Ryans was talking about the lack of physicality that his team had versus the Chargers.
I wanted to see us play physical, right? And I did not see that the entire game. There were some glimpses of us playing physical, but the Chargers, they out physical to us the entire game, right? So it was not our brand of football. When I speak of playing our style, that's a physical brand of football, and that was not up to par tonight.
And he was not happy about it.
Oh, you can hear it in his voice.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? They looked like they were thinking, and I think a lot of that is true. Like, you don't have your elite guys in there, and then you have the guys that I told you that offense, I didn't recognize it. And you said, well, that's because they have a new coordinator. I went, oh, it's a lot of thinking going on.
Yeah.
Like, those guys they can't put their full heart into it, and they're wondering on whether or not is this the right thing that I'm doing.
My guy says they are tanking for Arch. That's what the Texans are taking for.
Hey, listen,
they're not doing it.
In the immortal words of Red Fox, put it out your mind. Houston is trying to win this year, and they have everything it takes to win now.
Right.
They upgraded their offensive line. The quarterback, I feel like, is understanding that, let me get the ball out of my hands. All the wide receivers are back. They added an elite running back. The running back that they had last year will suffice as a second option and a third down change of pace back. Where's the weakness? They added a tight end that's a blocking tight end. He was the best blocking tight end in college football last year. He is going to help with that running game, but the mentality has got to change. And the mentality will change when you know what the hell you're doing. These guys don't fully grasp this offense. You look at them. I told you, I was like, man, I don't even recognize it.
Well, to your point, they don't have the starters in the game. So
Well,
you're
that's
not going to
that too.
see. You're not going to see like excellence.
Then why would D'Amico Ryans be so mad when
physicality? Because the one thing you can control
is effort.
Yeah, that is what you can control. It could be all wrong,
but you know that effort.
Not going hard.
If you don't know where you're going hard, you're going, man, hard.
That's a bigger picture. Then that's
during
a bigger
spring,
story.
I would always not remember all the plays. I remember the ones that involved me.
Right.
If it was a trap play and I was going to get all the glory, yeah, I love me some me. But sometimes some of those 80 plays, 90 plays, right, left, tackle.
Wait. That sounds like you were selfish right there. If you love me. Didn't you come at me earlier in the show talking about me not letting people get no reps?
Hardge, I gave up team sports to be an individual sports athlete. I love me for me.
I'm like, wait a minute. It was the dude that came at me a minute ago talking about getting
the
at
pot
the front
calling
of
the kettle black.
I'm like, what?
Speaking of pot calling the kettle black, where's our coffee?
Man, I don't know yet, but you probably need some. I mean, you just keep doing your oxygen.
Okay, I just keep doing it. But Hardge, like, if I would ask my guard, I was like, what we do on this? And he'd be like, man, you just base blocking. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just got to just be honest. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Somebody would be like, hey,
We got
man,
you.
this is what you're
we
doing.
got you.
Like, ask.
Yeah.
So you can go 100%. Like, you sitting there in your stance and you're afraid you letting the defense fire off on you. Can't do that. That's what they look like.
Yep. All right, let's get into this too, because he said that this week he expects to see a little bit more as they will be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, and you already know what the physicality is going to be when Max Crosby comes in.
As I stand here today versus the Raiders, I'm anticipating everyone who's healthy to go out and play.
Everybody going to go play.
Listen.
So there's your opportunity to truly judge what you thought you saw with this team and the expectations of this team.
When Max Crosby is on the field, every play we're going to run at him. I don't want him ever trailing the ball. I don't want him to have no chance to breathe. The tight end is going to roll to his side and help. A running back is going to, if it's a pass play and it's a rollout, I need Crosby chipped.
Yep.
And I mean, chip his tooth. I want him hit.
Oh, wow.
Hit him in the mouth.
Dude, it's physicality all over.
Bro, but that's what you need against the elite. Lawrence Taylor took on blocks from tight ends, fullbacks, running backs, everybody but the girl that come out on the field and squirt the water in your mouth. Like, you need to block them people. They will hurt you. Your biggest investment is what? Your quarterback.
Yeah.
You want Lawrence Taylor wrapped around a Reggie White, Myles Garrett?
No, you know who I don't want? Little Timmy from down the street. Those guys that you mentioned are elite. They don't care who out there. They're going to get to the quarterback. Let's get somebody else out there. If Little Timmy is getting through, then we got a problem. But if Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White, there's a lot of great Hall of Famers that have been tossed to the side by those guys.
Yeah. But what my whole point is Max Crosby, he gets in trouble for hitting his own quarterback. What the hell you think you're going to do to our quarterback?
Exactly. He's going to flip the script for sure. I 100% agree
Block
with you.
that. He want them to know, no, our starters are going to play.
Yep.
Because he's going to play. And if he's going to play, we really need that because C.J. Stroud is going to get reps in that first series.
Yep.
And I want him protected, Hardge.
It is important.
Like
for the Texans,
too
to make
much
sure
money.
that
It's too much on the line for the rest of the season. My Uncle Curtis is a season ticket holder. He sent me a picture of him and his wife both like this, with their hand on their head, because they was there. He don't want Stroud to go down. I guarantee you.
I don't think anybody that is a true Texans fan, they understand that C.J. Stroud. You don't want Davis Mills. You don't want Davis Mills for the whole season. You don't want. You might need him for a series. You might need him for a game. You don't want him for the whole season. That's like Cooper Rush being the Cowboys quarterback, and everybody's like, "Oh, Cooper's going to lead us. Lead us where?
Are we going to have time to talk Cowboys again?
We can do whatever. We got an hour, man.
Listen,
we got an
hour. I'm now.
No. We
only got 2 minutes.
We can come back to the next segment and do that. But I do want to say this since we're talking about the Texans.
You started talking quarterback, and Cowboys' backup quarterback showed up for the first time in his life. He looked like a quarterback and not a tight end.
We can talk about that again. But I do want to get into this because Graham Mertz, the backup quarterback who got hurt in the game against the Chargers. Now they have a new quarterback in camp. It's Brett Rippon. I told y'all as soon as it happened, I was like, they're going to have to go out and get a quarterback. I did see Diego Pavia holding up a sign saying, I will throw footballs for food if y'all can sign me and get a chance to go out there and play. Pavia looking for a job. He tried to go out. They decided we're going to go with Brett Rippon, and he will come in and be the third string quarterback for this week.
I would sign Cam Parker before I signed Pavia.
Have you seen Cam throw yet?
I haven't seen him. I only have to see him throw. At least I know he's going to be compliant.
Oh, okay.
Pavia is going to be like, hey, whatever, bro.
I don't think he's going to be like that no more.
Oh, you think he humbled?
He got humbled. He didn't even make it to training camp. So that will humble you.
Okay.
Yeah, that will change your mindset.
I'm going to let you tell it.
I'm gonna say it walking away, but I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? When we come back, we'll have some winners and losers. That could be part of Mark's thoughts. I've got some thoughts because a record was set this past weekend that has never been done before in the major leagues. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football.
Touchdown! Texas wins!
We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football.
On 1300 The Zone.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
A crash blocks off 2 left lanes on Palmer Lane going northbound to Yeager, but a wrecker is on scene here, so we could be seeing a change sooner rather than later. Over on I-35 northbound, your stop and go from the 45 Southeast toll up to William Cannon Drive, about a 15 to 20 minute slowdown, and similar delays on 290 westbound from FM 1100 to FM 973. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Make today a little better with IHOP and the IHOP value menu, where a full satisfying meal is just $6 any day of the week. Pick your fluffy pancakes, crispy bacon and eggs, or try the new BLT, stacked high and served with fries. Big flavor, just $6 every day. $7 in some locations.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with exclusive deals and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun and all roads lead to game day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states. One app, every sport, in all 50 states. Remember, September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code AM1300. Spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code AM1300 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports context availability. Varies by state.
No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at Brilliant.org.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes work takes more than just getting an answer. That's where ChatGPT Work comes in. It's a way of working for bigger multi-step projects. It can connect to the tools where work happens, stay with the task from start to finish, and turn a goal into finished work. Preparing for an important meeting, ChatGPT can build a polished brief. Put ChatGPT to work on your most ambitious ideas and projects. Get started. ChatGPT.com, selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by September 1st and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
When I beat the guys in my fantasy league, text wasn't enough. I used Smile Tunes to create a victory ballad specifically naming everyone I defeated. It was the most beautiful way to be a terrible winner. Visit SmileTunes.com and claim your ultimate victory soundtrack.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Want more than just awareness for your business? An iHeartMedia partnership can help drive action through sweepstakes, ticket giveaways, listener contesting, and local media. Attach your business to high-energy music moments built to grow awareness, engagement, and leads. Get started at iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff, winners and losers edition of the Morning Kickoff, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. One of the biggest winners, I will jump out there and say it, happened to be in the Major League debut of one Josh Baez. And let's just say this is something that no one in Major League Baseball has ever achieved.
And here comes Baez as a big leaguer for the first time. Swing and a high fly, belted, First pitch in the show. Baez homers. Look at that Cardinal dugout. It is not supposed to be that easy. Unreal.
This is the energy. This is the excitement. This is the thump that the Cardinals have been waiting for. This is the future. We're getting a chance to see it here. What a swing of the bat. 449-foot shot, the first pitch he sees in the big leagues.
Swing and a drive down the line. Did he do it again? That ball is gone. He's got 2 homers. From 0-2 to a full count, and then the grand tour. 4-3 Cardinals.
What a moment. He didn't see fastballs in this one. It was nothing but off speed. The home run was on the changeup down 3-2. This dude is bringing some life to this offense.
Swing, drive, well hit right. So Suzuki back. And it's gone. It is gone. It is gone. 3 homers for Baez. Major League history at Wrigley Field.
Maybe for the first time in my professional life, I am speechless. Well, Chip, you've been doing this a long time and have seen so many special things and so many firsts, but an opportunity here with Joshua Baez to see history. The first ever player to homer in 3 straight plate appearances to begin his major league career.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable. He had like 30 family members and friends that were there at the game. 30. And they witnessed him
You know they were losing their mind.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Big, big power. My high school coach said, make sure you mention the game where you hit 3 home runs and we had 11 in that game. And I was like, but yeah, it wasn't my first game, though. You know, it wasn't my first game.
You
but
put some.
I put
a lot of miles on that Greyhound.
We put a lot of miles on there, but unbelievable performance. That is my winner of the day. I also want to put in there, there's a lot of winners that could be out there. I thought Zach Wilson played well. I thought the Cowboys running backs played well. But, Mark, you have a winner that you were excited about when you got a chance to watch the Cowboys play.
Joe, throw the ball hard as you can, Milton. Holy cow. Who's that? Who was it? Come on, like I think that the Monstars really came down and they absorbed all the negative from the Cowboys and gave them the powers. Because Joe Milton looked like a starter in the NFL. And if you notice, when Howell was in, they ran the spread. 3 wide receivers, tight ends. Sometimes they would go 22 personnel. But when Joe came in, West Coast, they put him under the center. He rolled out. He dropped back 3 steps and hit it. Dropped back 5 steps and hit it. 7-step drop. Traditional, old school, I formation football. And he was successful. You and I complained last year. Dak Prescott is in the shotgun. It's 3rd down and 2. And you said to me, what? Why is he not under the center?
Right.
When all he had to do is fall forward 2 yards and get the 1st down. But in the shotgun, he's 5 yards behind. Cowboys didn't do that with Joe. 3 times they did Joe. Unfortunately, I'll take a deep swallow. He looked like the Eagles. He looked like Jalen Hurts underneath center. Big 6'5", 240-pound dude. All he did was just lean forward, get the 1st down. Are the Cowboys going to run him out there on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and let him do it? Or are they going to just do it with Dak?
They're going to do it with Dak.
Okay. Well, let's get under the center, guys. If we're making all these wholesale changes, that should be one of them. But the whole point is the Cowboys did not rely on having both quarterbacks do the same offense. They diversified. They changed for both quarterbacks. And that in itself is a win. That was my win.
The Cowboys are showing some winning ways. They got Von Miller, but they also have an undrafted wide receiver that made his appearance known to a lot of folks as well.
Makes the adjustment on the football and goes up and grabs it. And again, we know if both the defender and the receiver have their hands on the football, it goes to the offense.
That was a big play there, and he had one more big play as well.
We're working towards it.
Milton will go fade, back corner of the end zone. And Camden Brown has another. My goodness. What a start to his NFL career. Touchdown, Camden Brown.
Okay, Mike, that thing was funky. That was a great catch, and I mean it in a good way. Look at this. Threatened inside, and then goes behind Dansby with the one-handed catch.
Yeah, if I'm Dansby, I would not look at my Twitter. I would not look at my TikTok. I would not look at my Instagram. I would let it die down for about 2 to 3 days because you're going to see that play a lot.
This is the national football.
That was
funky in a good way.
Yeah, what a great play.
Hardge, he didn't get mossed. The traditional jump up in the sky moss. Randy Moss also used to do something where he would run a route and put his hands here so the defender went here, but he knew the ball was here, and that's what Brown did. So he's crafty, and he's one of those guys I'm worried about now, because you said to me yesterday, man, I don't know if it's going to be enough spots. You know, the Cowboys already have a good wide receiving core. And I think that you make adjustments. Like where are you going to lose somebody is what I'm saying, because I would keep him.
Well, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he
Gone.
may be the guy that is gone. Trayshawn Holden may be the guy that is gone.
I hate to see y'all. I hate y'all leave, but
yeah.
bye.
Jonathan Mingo is somebody that they traded for. They're going to probably end up keeping him.
Well, they should keep him, Brown, and Turpin. And then you have your starters,
CD, George Pickens.
And George Pickens.
Yeah.
Flanoy, I would keep him.
Cavante, Flanoy. I mean, Flanoy is a starter.
Right.
So it's going to be tough.
Keep 6 wideouts?
Well, you got to you keep 5, and Turpin will be that 6th one because he's your punt returner, your kickoff returner.
Right.
He'll be a guy that you keep in that space. But again, Cam Brown was somebody that was undrafted. He is somebody that they brought into camp. He's obviously made some waves. Now he's made a lot of them. Can he keep this up if he gets those reps with the first and second group? Is he going to be able to do that again? We'll see what ends up happening when you're playing against ones and see if you're going to be able to fight through
But he
that.
will never be against a one corner.
He possibly
because
could.
the number one corner is going to be with CD or Pickens.
Well, if they're not in the game, is my point. If those guys are not in the game, he's going to have to be on the field. How many reps is he going to get? Is he going to be a guy that he does have some good size? He's shown that he's got the ability to run across the middle and make some catches. But at the end of it all, is he going to be a guy that you're going to keep on this team that is going to be a contributor? Because he's not going to – if he continues to play like this and you have to put him on the practice squad, he's gone. Somebody's scooping him because there's going to be somebody that needs a wide receiver. So I'll be interested to see how the Cowboys are going to play him moving forward, because he's definitely earned, at least this week, some more time to be out there often. And then we find out, is Joe Milton going to be the backup? Is Sam Howell going to be the backup? Who's going to get most of the reps this week? Are they going to flip them and have Joe Milton go first before Howell and then switch it out? We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out right here on the Morning Kickoff. Coming up next, the SEC Whip Around. And I got a question about Muschamp and who I'm comparing him to if they can get this figured out. right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
From the Lawrence and Lawrence Traffic Center.
We're slowing down across the board this morning over on Mopac southbound, 5 extra minutes going from Duval to Enfield due to bumper-to-bumper traffic. Similar slowdowns on I-35 northbound from Ben White to 7th Street, and an extra 10 minutes tacked onto the drive going northbound on 183 from 130 up to Highway 71. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is brought to you by Hectra.org.
The places you can go with an Easy Tag, and it's not just toll roads throughout Texas. You get seamless toll travel in Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, Colorado. Get your Easy Tag at hctra.org.
Hey, it's Hannah from Central Texas #1 sports bar, Rowdy Cowboy. If you love the Longhorns as much as Rowdy does, you will have to watch all the action on our 69 big screen TVs while enjoying ice-cold beer, craft cocktails, and our Texas-sized menu. And check out our Monday and Friday steak specials. So saddle up and head to Rowdy Cowboy, located off I-35 in Round Rock. Let's get rowdy. Visit us at Go Rowdy Cowboy.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Every year, summer ends and the kids go back to school. This year, I'm going back too, at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I got to choose online or on-campus classes that fit my needs. Now I'm on a fast track to a high-demand IT career where the rewards can finally match my value. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. It's never too late to go back to school.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Very hot today with dangerous heat. Use caution if outdoors. High 105. Cleared tonight. Overnight low 75.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If you work in logistics, you know nothing moves without you. Companies need skilled people now, and Express Employment Professionals can help you find contract or full-time work that fits at no cost to you. Visit ExpressPros.com. Get support, get options, and get to work.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our players to target and players to avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research in the podcast all season long so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio not only lets you listen to all your favorite AM/FM stations locally and nationwide for free, but iHeartRadio also gives you access to over 350,000 podcasts. Yeah, including all the most popular hosts and shows worldwide. Best of all, you can listen to all your podcasts for free. Tap on the podcast tab and explore podcasts from over 20 different topics. Sports to comedy, history to crime, music to politics, and much, much more. While you're listening, iHeartRadio will remember where you left off and pick back up when you return. You can adjust your listening speeds to slow down or speed up your podcast, follow your favorite titles to get updates when new episodes drop, and download podcast episodes right on your phone so you can listen anytime, even without an internet connection. All the podcasts you want and all the functionality to make listening great. And you don't need any other app. It's all on iHeartRadio. #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
iHeartRadio. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. If you're just joining us, where the heck you been? But
where you been?
In other words, we are starting our days an hour early. That's right. The morning kickoff is now on from 6 to 9 a.m. right here on Sports Radio AM 1300
Y'all missed
The Zone.
it.
So set your alarm clocks and get it done. We were talking about this. We got a SEC whip around, and I'll get to my point about Will Muschamp. But the Tennessee Volunteers, Texas will play them September the 26th. It is the first SEC game for the Texas Longhorns, and the first time they have traveled to Tennessee as a member of the SEC. You know it is going to be rowdy up there. But one of the things I wanted to get into when it comes to this battle against Tennessee is going through a quarterback battle themselves. George McIntyre and 5-star freshman Faison Brandon have rotated between the first and second offenses during their scrimmage as well. And a lot of folks are looking at Tennessee to try to see what type of team Josh Heupel is going to put out there. We know that they've got a lot of talent. They've got some stars that are going to make a lot of noise. But can a Tennessee team with a new quarterback being broke in, can they really contend with everybody else in the SEC to be at the top?
I think so. I think that they get this quarterback situation solved. And with all the talent that they have, they're going to be all right. But the problem is, how soon is that going to be? You know, we noticed, remember last year, Arch Manning, it took him 4 games to, get it together. But if they run into Texas and they're not 100% confident, they might get a record number hung on them. Because that defense is coming, and new quarterbacks. Will Muschamp, we're going to talk about him defensively and what we think of him, but he's gonna feast on a young quarterback.
Tennessee has a safety that played at Colorado. His name is Isaiah Hardge. That's right, you heard it, Isaiah Hardge. No relation. I already checked. I already reached out to his dad, see if we was kinfolk. But I will represent for him any game that he's not playing the University of Texas. Josh Heupel, one of the best play callers in the country. He is going to have to make things happen quickly in Tennessee before the fans start to try to see what this team is going to be about. Defensively, they brought in a bunch of transfers. They've got some playmakers in there. So we'll see how they perform as we get closer and closer to that matchup. If you look at the Texas Longhorns, that month of September will tell us a lot about this football team. September 5th, Texas State. Next week, you got Ohio State, who possibly will be number 1. We should find out those rankings here this morning. Then you have UT San Antonio, and then, of course, you go to Tennessee. 3 games at home, a 4th against Tennessee on the road, and then you will know a lot about your football team moving forward. As you start to look at this, I wanted to bring this up about defense and Will Muschamp. Is Will Muschamp, is he going to be able to bring this defense to a level that he will become Thanos with the Infinity Stone? When he put that in there and he finds those pieces, he's bringing an aggressive mindset. His defense is built on aggression, takeaways, and there is a ton of competition throughout this football team. Will Texas have a top 15 defense in the nation? with Will Muschamp and the athletes that they have.
Yes, 100%. Because Will Muschamp reminds me of Buddy Ryan. Attack, create a scheme that you're not used to seeing, and when you do get used to it, he moved the pieces on the board. Like that attacking 46. I think that's a lot of what Texas defensive line front seven is going to look like. You're just not going to know where it's coming from and who's going to be the guy coming.
That's what we've been hopeful of.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at Texas football and the defense in which they played last year, again, I'm not saying that their defense wasn't good. It just wasn't attacking.
But
they
this
weren't
attitude,
closing the gap.
The attitude too. Like they interviewed Colin Simmons and asked him, Coach Blood is intense. What is that gonna look like on game day? Because we already know how intense he is at practices. Y'all haven't seen him on a game day yet. What is that gonna mean? Everything. He was very adamant about the fact that how much he respects and appreciates him putting them in spots for success. And when you speak that highly of your coach, what kind of effort are you going to give out there on the field? And it's not one guy doing it, it's 11 at the same time.
Right.
Like this could be scary. And not just talking about the offense. I'm talking about the defense. You talking about top 5, like top 3.
Let's go top 15. I'll just go top 15. You don't need to be number 1.
You don't have to be number 1, but it's close. It's good to be close.
Yeah. No doubt. I'm not going to be mad if they are number 1. Let's not get it twisted. But we also know that playing a 9-game schedule in the SEC is going to need depth. You're going to need to make sure that your team is in sync, and you're going to have a lot of guys play a lot of different positions and minutes. And that's why the cross-training in the backfield has always been good for the Texas Longhorns. We also know that the offensive linemen have moved from side to side, so they're getting a different look of it, trying to find the best matchup, because the skill positions are going to be what they are, skilled. You're going to be able to be skilled. It's those nuances to the different lineups and the different combinations on the offensive and defensive line that you were talking about earlier that we will have to see how much development that they have had. Can't wait to hear from Coach Sark today and him talk about his good, bad, and ugly, because I guarantee you once they go back and look at the tape, they're going to have some more guys that stood out on the positive side and some guys that stood out on the negative side.
You're going to see some hands hit the forehead in the training like, oh, man, if I would have done that.
Yep.
And then they correct it. Second half going to be scary. I'm just saying. And they got enough depth. Brad Spence is another guy that's he's going to be fresh. Second half, I'm telling you, look for the second half of Texas games to be super energized.
We should only hope. As we get back, we're going to give you the final drive. That's right. Big weekends for a bunch of teams. The Texas Rangers and the Astros. Ay. What are we going to do with them? Who's closing the gaps? And the Texans will have joint practices this week. What does that mean? We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
There's a crash on the service road of 183 going southbound just before Mopac. Your stop and go as well on Mopac southbound from Breaker Lane into downtown. 5 extra minutes making that change. And about 10 to 15 minute slowdown on I-35 northbound. You're backed up from the 45 Southeast toll up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Remember when everyone was creating those LeBron tribute songs? Now it's your time to shine. Create your own with Smile Tunes. Honor your favorite player, team, or your Little League star with a custom song from Smile Tunes. Visit SmileTunes.com and create your own anthem today.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A Hash Brown Scramble Burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Here's something pretty disturbing I discovered while researching this podcast. This is what it actually says on the Los Angeles Police Department website. The site states that the Adult Missing Persons Unit investigates 3,200 cases a month, and 70% of those missing people are found or returned voluntarily within 2 or 3 days. It goes on to explain, and I quote here, "Since being a missing person is not a crime, police are given a very limited role while conducting these types of investigations." At the bottom of the webpage, it gets more disturbing. There's a section titled, "What if they never returned?" And here's the official police advice. In such situations, you may want to enlist the services of a private investigator to assist in your search. If you can't afford a PI, the police elaborate, quote, "Another option would be to contact the Salvation Army, which has a missing persons locator program." There is not a single sentence on the LAPD website that would lead a loved one of a missing person to have any faith that the police would properly investigate it. What the LAPD is basically saying is, if someone you love goes missing, don't overreact. They'll probably turn up unless they don't, in which case you should get someone besides the police to look into it. All this is my way of saying, if the police took missing persons cases as seriously as they do, say, bank robberies, I wouldn't have had to do this podcast in the first place and end up chasing a violent criminal halfway around the country. I'm Neil Strauss, and you can hear the full story of To Live and Die in LA.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Special day here on the 40 acres here at the iHeartRadio studios. We are now 6 to 9
in the shadows
a.m.
of the 40 acres.
That's right. 6 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. We'll be bringing it to you.
You starting to hit the wall?
Here. No, I'm ready. Still locked in, man. There's no wall here, brother. No wall. I do want to bring this up because I think it's important to pass along that as a baseball player and an athlete, you've been around a lot of different players and different types of people that kind of changed the game. Yesterday, we lost Tommy John. That's right, folks. Tommy John, left-handed pitcher for a bunch of people in the big leagues, known for the Yankees, the A's, the Angels. He was the reason why some guys have this surgery on their elbow called the Tommy John surgery. Back in the day, you would have thought that his career would have been over. He had the surgery and pitched 14 more seasons. Now, he wasn't a flamethrower like some of these guys are nowadays, but just the ability to have that type of surgery and able to come back and play was something that was unheard of. Now of today, guys have the surgery, they come back better than ever. They're almost like the bionic arm because they get it redone, and then they seem to throw harder. They seem to have more speed and have been able to extend their careers. So the baseball world lost Tommy John yesterday, and a lot of folks know exactly what it is. If you're a baseball player or know a baseball player, you've heard the name Tommy John multiple times.
Yeah, I reached out to Dr. Andrews, who was actually in the surgery, to see if he could come on this week and at some point and talk about like what that was. And I remember hearing him tell the story about him and Lee Mack and the other surgeons. They asked
Dr. Frank Joe.
They asked the question, is there a way that, you could come back? And when they expressed that, well, I mean, you probably could do this, you probably could do that. Tommy John said, well, let's try it. Like, let's see if it'll work. I'd be willing to try it. Like that a lot of people don't want to be the guinea pig. Like, don't try that on me. I don't want to be the first one. But he was, and he'll forever be entrenched in sports history because he changed something in sports. And not just baseball, but there's a lot of sports that require you to try to recreate torque and stabilization in your elbow, and it bears his name.
Yeah, he was a pioneer when it came to that. And the beautiful part about it is, like I said, he came back from the surgery and was even better and pitched 14 seasons after that. He ended up pitching 25 years in the big league. So he's earned the right of that name. Also, I wanted to bring this up too, the scrimmage. Coach Sark talked about the scrimmage, and he'll probably speak about it again today. But one of the things that we talked about during that time is, what are they going to look like next week? You've got the foundation. You saw it. You saw some nicks in there. You saw some interceptions, great plays by the defense, but what did the offense do to cause that interception? Was it a great play? But then you see guys, touchdowns with Wingo and Cam Coleman. Was that great play by the offense, or did the secondary mess up? You're always going to have these moments to where you got to fine-tune this and you got to get after that, and you're trying to shape up and find out what's going on. Now this is the moving week. This is the week where he says we start to put together and see who's going to be part of the two deep. Is there guys that are pushing another guy that we might put an or on that two deep? This is the time where the separation starts to happen. We're 19 days out from the start of the Texas football season. Nobody is looking past Texas State, but everybody is talking about Ohio State and trying to gauge that. Who are going to be your guys? Is the flu bug going to be through the University of Texas by the time you get to that matchup? Is everybody going to be healthy and ready to go? So there's a lot.
They got cleaners right now. They have about a team of 20 people walking around, Lysoling bleach wiping everything, weights, door handles, light switches, lockers. Like, you name something that's an item that one of those players is going to touch, is being probably wiped right now as we speak.
Yep.
They're going to get rid of that bug in the locker room and in the training room and the gyms. Like, they'll be fine.
Yep. But you still have to look at what is the special teams going to look like as well. We saw that Gianni kicked the ball well, 5 of 6. Mm-hmm. That was important because we didn't know what we were going to have when it came to that. What is the punting game going to look like? We saw how important the punters were, going back to Michael Dixon and being able to flip the field, and then Baumeister being able to do his thing. So you have to find out all of these little things that happen with these teams in order to find out what you're going to do game time.
Coach Sark said that he thought the punting game showed a lot of promise and that they did a really good job of not only the punts, but the coverage. And we really do need this special teams to be out of the basement and in the middle. Like you said, don't have to be in the top 5. Yep. But at least be in the middle. Like, don't be at the last this season.
Be respectable in all aspects of the game. If you're in the top 15 in all things, you probably have a really good football season. The one area of concern will still be the offensive line, making sure that they're moving forward, but making sure you get your penalties under control. I'm sure that's going to be addressed, and we'll hear all of that and more on tomorrow's morning kickoff. I wanted to talk about this too because we talked about the rookie debut. Joshua Baez, historic 3 home runs that has never happened in the major leagues. His first 3 plate appearances, he hit a home run to center field, hit one to left field, and he hit one to right field, showing his display. His stuff, his uniform, his shoes, and everything went into the Major League Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall of Fame, we had Hall of Fame performances this weekend as everyone was inducted into the NBA, the Naismith Hall of Fame for the NBA. Outstanding stuff. Candace Parker was outstanding. Della Don was amazing. Then Tony told the story about James Harden. And, of course, Joey Crawford, the ref that nobody liked, got inducted into the Hall of Fame. A lot of good stuff happening already. Don't forget, folks, 3-hour show starting at 6 a.m. Make sure you lock it in, get your alarm clock set, and be ready to roll.
Get your coffee.
For Mark Henry, I'm Hardball Hardge. For our guy Eric and our guy Cam, just remember this. We'll be better tomorrow, folks. And don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Dan Patrick next. Peace. On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with exclusive deals and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun and all roads lead to game day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states. One app, every sport, in all 50 states. Remember, September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code AM1300, spend